So, last week the party more or less kind of attempted to deal with the fallout of Katerina's actions in an almost unknowing way. After she had basically sacrificed their good friend, or new friend, Nikolai, the Veiled Queen cleric, to the dark goddess of dark magic and witchcraft, Hecate, maybe possibly driven by guilt or for some reason, she approached Locke, our Warforged wizard, and basically told him like everything. And they had a nice little heart to heart. And he said, I'm gonna keep your secret. It is what it is. And he was very mechanical about the whole thing, which makes sense because he's a living robot. And we saw Alric have a nice little pleasant visit to a temple of Vivian, which was seemingly just nondescript. Then we saw Alric and Godric head to the archives, the royal archives in the palace, and see what kind of information they can uncover from the excavation of the Dragon Knight tomb that was underneath Marseille, where they found the first dragon orb, the red dragon orb. To which they found out that basically some other group of adventurers at some point during a celebration, which is like an annual treasure hunt in the city, basically broke through the mural that they needed, destroying most of it to get to the dragon orb on the other side. But luckily, one of the archivists or excavators had taken a hand drawing of what was there, and the party saw that there were, on this drawing, geographical, it seemed, markers of some sort, and one was of the cliffs of Lior, of Marseille, that the city is built on, that the palace resides upon, and the other they hadn't really identified exactly yet. But they have that information, they're looking at it, and then I believe they headed back to their new home, which was given them by the Queen after they saved her life, basically. So that more or less just kind of puts us back on track right there. So, never mind. Forget that guy. We're going to start with Godric and Alric. Alright, so what are you guys doing then? You're heading back, you started basically leaving the palace, right?
Yep, we were going to head back to our new chateau, which I have decided to call it the Chateau of the Betrayer, Lucian.
Nice. Betrayer.
Yeah, we're going to head back there.
You know who
and
you
tell
are.
Everybody what was going on.
Okay. Godric, anything?
Oh, you know what? We did need to stop at a shop on the way.
Yes, we were going to the shops. I wanted to stop and find a mage right, I believe is what I'm looking for.
Okay. So, walking through the city, everything's still kind of just starting to get back to life. It was pretty busy when you left. The city can't sleep for very long, regardless of whether there's some sort of zealot inquisition being run by the Queen's army against them. You work your way down through the streets and asking around, maybe a few people or so. Everyone recommends sending you to a shop, a mage right called Lion's Head Enchanter in the main downtown square. And they tell you it's run by a very friendly gnome named Finway, and that he does a fantastic job with his group of blacksmiths and mage rights in manufacturing magic items and weapons.
All right, then to Finway.
Let us go. I have questions for this gnome.
All right. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you make your way down the streets, down to the main plaza, the main trade plaza, and you see what looks like a well sculpted or a large lion's head over this kind of building standing on its own. This 2-story tall building. There's puffs of like smoke and from the forges on the inside kind of going, and you make your way through, and the little bell rings, and you are greeted by a gnome with this like bluish hair, wearing these nice kind of like green tunic, and he comes up to you as you come through the door, and then his little body, the tinker gnome comes over. Well, so what can I help you with? Take that ear cup off.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Godric. I was hoping to ask you about some of your services, if possible.
Oh, what sort of services would you be interested in? What are we looking for? Are we looking for weapons, or what? What are we looking for? Do you need some reforging done, some repair on your armor? Although, I mean, just based on looking at you, I don't really think you have much need for an armor. Your friend, however, and he kind of looks past you and looks at Ulrich. I can see a little wear and tear on, some of your equipment there.
Just give him a fight.
Thanks for the introduction, by the way, Godric. I am Alaric.
Oh, yes, Finway. The name is Finway.
Finway. Heard a lot about you in the last couple, couple minutes. Everybody says to come here.
Well, hopefully all good things. Everybody, only the best and the brightest come here for their equipment.
Well, I don't know what Godric needs, but I have some incredibly heavy and wrongly sized armor to offload.
Ah. Are we looking to sell, or are we looking to have it reworked?
Yeah, actually, we could probably have it reworked or trade, maybe, depending on what you have. But this leather, yeah, it's starting to get a little stiff, and it's tearing in places, and my skills at repairing armor aren't quite as up to date as they should be, let's say. And then I pull out of my backpack, I put that on the floor in front of me, and I pull out the +1 chainmail that had been picked up for me in Alaska.
All right, so he... why is that not opening? 1 second. Oh, there it is. Okay. So he kind of he looks at it for a moment, just kind of peers over it. He seems to pull out this strange, almost like mechanical-looking device. It looks like it has multiple lenses of different colors, and he kind of looks it over with one, and then he flips it to the next lens and flips it and keeps going through these lenses, and then finally he kind of snaps it back and then puts it in his pocket. Oh, so we're looking at a moderately enchanted magical item. It looks like it was possibly made in maybe Alaska. It has some elven accents to it.
Yeah. The armor style on the top, though, looks like maybe somebody from Bravadis at one point had modified it.
Yeah, maybe. It's it definitely has gone through a rework. Someone with a less eye for detail, someone with less of an eye for detail wouldn't have noticed that. Basically, someone seems to have taken a Bravasian style armor and basically reworked it through elven technique to strengthen it.
Interesting. Well, it doesn't fit, and it's a little too heavy for me anyway. I was thinking maybe if we could cut it down to more of a shirt instead of an entire hauberk.
All right, we can probably do that. I assume that you want to try to maintain its magical properties and its defenses. So
I would like to,
reworking
yes.
it would require a new enchantment, which is a fairly expensive process, but it's not impossible.
I mean, it's either that, or if you have something more readily available, I'd be willing to trade.
Well, they could probably work something out. If you're looking to trade, then really we just have to come to an agreement on how much you believe it's worth. And see if we can't make that work. We sell only the finest here. There's no junk in this shop. Way too many customers.
That's good, because I'm not looking for junk. Really just...
So what would you like? A new sword? New armor?
Definitely new armor. My sword does its job just fine.
I might be able to do just a plain straight across trade for maybe some +1 either studded leather or such. It'll come complete with everything that you need.
Yeah. Show me the leather. Let's see. Let's see it.
All right. So he basically walks you over to this kind of measuring space or whatever, and there's a bunch of different like clothing, like cloth materials, leather materials, and such. And you can kind of see like several different styles of like studded leather. You got stuff that looks more closely to like coat of plates and brigandine. There's like ringmail there as well, but there's some very well made handcrafted Leoran style, like the kind of stuff that you would see probably the town guard wearing, or the maybe even men at arms.
Yeah, this is nice, and I've always liked the Leoran style too. How about this one here, the one with the blue marking on that right shoulder there?
Ah, yes. Would you? I can make minor modifications and have our armorers do a little bit of additional work if you would like. Like, would you like to have maybe some pauldrons added to it, some bracers to the set? I assume that based underneath looking at your armor that you're more or less good to go on any sort of like cloth protection or undergarments.
You know, I wouldn't mind a new gambazon. This one gets a little stinky. Be nice to have a backup so I can wash one or stow it away. And then bracers. Pauldrons might get in the way of my archery, but bracers would be really nice.
Oh, we have some very slimmed down, very low profile pauldrons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can have those worked on.
All right, yeah. Didn't you set a straight trade, or what were you thinking?
I think based upon what I've seen from the enchantment here, we could probably work it onto this, and I think a straight trade will probably work, as long as you're okay with that. The studded leather might be undervalued a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I really can't find a way to make up that difference without going either above or adding some sort of costs somewhere else.
Right.
But I have to make money too, so I will probably rework this and sell the chainmail.
Right. I think straight across sounds fine. I understand I might be losing a little bit, but then this was crafted and enchanted by gnomes, and the other set wasn't, so maybe it's not as undervalued as you think.
No, definitely not. Our work is fantastic. And actually, now that I think about it, I may be able to fill in the price with maybe an additional enchantment of some sort.
Say no to that.
Yeah, if you would like the additional enchantment, I can figure out what we can work into it and collect the proper materials. But you probably have to wait maybe a day for the work to be done, as opposed to taking this here and now.
I'll look back at Godric. Think we have a day?
I'll be honest, the work I was possibly going to have them do might take a day or two as well.
Well,
I was assuming we were going to stay here at least one more day, after today anyway.
So a few extra customers come through the door, and you can see the gnome. You can see Finway like grab like a timepiece, look at it, and then just put it back down. He's kind of crossing his arms and just kind of, you know, being antsy because he's energetic. He has a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's fine with me then.
So the additional enchantment then.
Yes, please.
All right, we can do that. So hold on to the chainmail. We'll do the work and then come back in for a straight trade tomorrow.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Well, thanks for doing business. And he immediately turns away and starts walking towards the other customers. He's like, "Hey, my name is Finway." Just like you guys don't even exist.
Questions as well when
And
you free up.
He kind of like freezes, and he stops and he pivots and turns around. Oh yeah, it's you. What can I do for you as well?
I was hoping to possibly get a weapon reforged and having its magical properties kept. As I pull out Gwendolyn and flip it over. I'm not sure. I need a bigger handle, and I wasn't sure if it was a full tang or a partial tang in the handle, and didn't want to break it apart without looking at it more. I have some the edge is slightly blunted when I hit the dragon with it, so it has been through some things.
All right, and you're looking for just what, for it to be resized? Like, do you want to keep the same weapon basically the way it is now, or exactly what are you looking for?
It's very well made. I would prefer to have the tang elongated to have a better grip for both my hands.
All right, we should be able to do that simple enough if you don't want the blade remade or reforged.
I'm torn. I do not want to tarnish the good work that was done on it. As I kind of place it in front of him.
All right, well, we should be able to accomplish that by the close of business. So, reworking all that, getting you a new handle, sizing it up. Can I get you to come over here with me real quick? And he walks you over to this weapon rack. He's like, Can you pick up maybe a few of these and let me see how comfortable you are and what to work with. We don't get a lot of Goliaths around here, especially not from so far north.
Cimmerians do not like to travel far. As I reach over and start grabbing different handles and pommels.
Just pick the one that fits you. Find the one that you like, maybe a weight and such, and we'll do the rest.
I find the actual elven handle. It's longer and curved. It almost looks like it would be a one of the longer pole arm handles, blade styles. But it kind of rests perfectly fit in both hands. It allows me to drop my hand down towards the guard for better movement. As this one will work. It will fit both my hands quite well. All
right, we can do that. We'll get set to work on that right away. So he looks at the sword, grabs it. We'll discuss the finished price when you come back.
And
for labor and materials.
Would you be able to increase the power of the enchantment already on it?
What would you like? What are you looking for?
So when I speak a command word, it ignites with electricity. Could you make it stronger?
Yeah, we could possibly do that.
We have run across quite a few things that tend to attack back. The dragons have been kind of a pain, and I was hoping to see if I could make it a little stronger when hitting scales.
Scales? What are you trying to hit on a regular basis? He's like, looks around. He's like, oh, you don't say. Well, I'll see what we can do. I don't know if we can increase the efficacy of the blade against dragons, per se. We can sharpen it, give it, take care of it, oil it up, and, having a proper sized grip should definitely increase your ability to fight more effectively.
Good. And, also, I need new stones and new whetstones to sharpen the blades. My other set was burned.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I can throw in a set of whetstones, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you. That is all that I needed, so thank you.
All right. Well, pleasure doing business with you. He takes it over and sets it down on the counter and goes back to handling the other customers, basically leaving you two to just kind of look at the shop. The shop is filled with all sorts of different armor and all different styles and weapons. It looks like basically they can do whatever you could ask for as a mage, right, to be done.
Very nice.
I'll have to ask him when we get back. I was curious who made the blade. There's a symbol on there. I wasn't sure what the name was.
Oh,
See
yeah,
if he was
maybe
known
he could
anywhere.
figure that out.
But
That's
either
funny
way,
you asked for whetstone. I don't think I've ever needed to sharpen my my sword.
it is less of a need and more of a habit. Since I was young, my father taught me to clean and shine the blades as best as often. It keeps them sharp.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I pull out my longsword and hold it out for you. Careful, it's a lot lighter than it looks.
I reach over, grab it, and oh my, that is light. What is this? Is this mithril?
As a matter of fact, it is.
I've only ever held a blade like this once or twice. As I kind of gently flick my finger across, the edge is sharp. There is no blunting. Mithril hardly ever gets blunted. It takes. You have to generally hit something that's adamantine, and even then, it very rarely rolls the blade. It's very well made. A question for you, Justin. The blade, does it have any quillins on it?
Quillians?
Quillians, thank you.
Yeah, it's got a cross guard. It's a pretty standard looking longsword, with the exception of the gorgeous metal that's almost like Damascus mixed.
It is made with a Damascus style. Interesting. I do like this. Is there a fuller on it?
Yes. Yeah, about a foot long.
This is a very well made blade. This is master craftsmanship. Even this is one of the best blades I've seen around. The design on it is very good. The weight, it's a little too light for me. There's nothing to swing. There's no force behind it.
Right. That's what I thought for a long time, actually. My my teacher had to teach me to fight in an elven style to make it work properly. But it's been in the family for a long time. Pulled it out of a river, surprisingly.
River? Interesting. Well, it's a good find. Anytime I see mithril, all I can think of is what would happen if you made a mithril center and you edge-lined it with adamantine. You would have the lightness of a good blade, but the power of adamantine when it comes to hitting objects, just because the weight it carries and the power behind it.
I didn't realize you knew so much about the crafting aspect of these weapons.
My father was a blacksmith, and I was one until I left my village. Every now and then, with me or Locker traveling, I will offer my services as being a blacksmith hand if there's no fighting to be had.
Right. You mentioned earlier that you were a blacksmith. I just didn't know that you meant you had handled any blades or anything. But hell, up until recently, I didn't even know you could read, and I punch you in the arm.
I laugh. In the city of Keser, there was a very large forge my father ran. It was nice. It is where I found comfort, was in the fires.
It's really cool.
We probably should not keep our friends waiting any longer.
Right. Hopefully Nikolai's back.
If he did not run off on some holy adventure, let's not forget he ran into us.
I think you mean unholy. It is the Veiled Queen. Sorry, not a fan.
She's a goddess of death. My people worship her in times of death.
Seems to be about the only time people worship death.
My people worship her a little bit more. For those that could not die in holy battle and not go to Valhalla.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Gods. One of the few gods we respect.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess to each their own. I certainly don't. But let's get back. You're right.
Is there any shopping we had to do? Actually, no, because I don't want to spend any money, because I still don't know how much this is going to cost me.
Yeah, and just think, we're going to get all this shopping done, we're going to get back, and everybody else is going to want to go shopping. Then we're going to have to follow them around and stare at the walls and say, yeah, that looks great on you.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm generally the pack mule. I have to carry things. When Locke goes book shopping, I have to hold 2 arms full.
Of books?
Generally,
Where does he keep them all? In that magic box?
it is very handy. It's like the bag of holding, but chest and smaller.
It's pretty neat. All right, yeah, let's get out of here. I'm already drooling at the other weapons and armor on the wall.
Who needs armor? And I walk out with you.
But you.
All right. So you exit the Mage Right's shop, Lion's Head Enchanter, and make your way back into the streets of Marseille. And begin the short trek, or the long trek, moderate trek, back to your new chateau. Where after a little while you basically arrive and come through the front door and enter. You don't see anybody in the common room or the foyer or basically hanging anywhere around, but you do hear some light conversation going on coming from like upstairs towards the rear of the house. So you kind of give the door a little kick close and head in. You're pretty sure you hear Trin, and then you hear Locke's voice distinctively.
All right, let's
I
head
wonder
that
what
way.
they're doing.
Good question. I'll whistle out and say, "We're back."
All right, so you guys back in the room. You hear him say like, "Hey, we're back."
Oh, I think I'm ready. Let's see. Pillows, blaze of lane, my guitar. Yeah, I'm all set. Lock, go get him. Bring him in here. I'm gonna pry open that cranium of his.
Okay. Not a problem. So Locke heads down into the foyer where they came in.
Mm-hmm.
Godric,
Yes.
did you find what you were looking for?
I found someone to reforge Gwendolyn a little bit. Give it the better half so I can have something to grip better.
How about you, Alaric? How was your journeys in the city?
We didn't find Nikolai, ended up with more questions to ask, but we did find a nice bit of artwork, so I guess there's that. I'll have to show you in a bit, but maybe we'll wait and see if Godric's even still alive after whatever you're about to do, Trin.
You'll be fine. Trin and Katerina are upstairs waiting for us for the ritual.
All right, well, let's go then. Should we all be in there? Do you know?
I don't see why not. Trin honestly has been keeping everything very hush-hush. He thinks it's some spectacle. He's a bard. Everything is a show.
Of course. And how's Katerina? Is she doing better at all? She seemed kind of down when we left.
Oh, yes, she's just a little under stress. We've all been through quite a lot in the last few months, so... And she's feeling a little homesick, I think. Missing her father, all that.
Fair enough.
We had a little chat in the library. She's just a little down. It happens, I suppose.
Well, it's good she opened up to you.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Upstairs we go, fellas.
All right, so you
Follow.
follow Locke up to the basically the private study area, where upon entering, the Trin working furiously to make sure that every pillow and everything necessary is in the right spot, and he keeps going back and forth between this couch and this window, and just, yeah, it doesn't seem right, and he just goes back. And then you also see Katerina as well. She's perusing the books, a large stack of books and papers, off in the corner, kind of by herself.
Yeah, 3 candles. Maybe I need 5. 5 candles. Oh, where did I put those? As I grab another candle and light it, just trying to get the room just the right, that dim, warm light of candlelight, the curtains blocking out just enough of the light to bring on that relaxing sensation.
I'm still concerned with what you are doing.
Godric, you're here. You done shopping? You find anything good?
Possibly a place to spend money on reforging a weapon, but that is about it.
Wasn't that like, I don't know, every like weaponsmith?
Not when you're
special place.
Yeah, you have to find, at least with magical weapons, you have to find someone who is capable of working on the enchantment as well as the blade. So you need a mage right.
Oh, I see. A magical blade. Well, if you're talking about capable and mage rights and all that kind of stuff, that's what I've been dealing with all day while you were out shopping. Maybe just you should set your stuff over there and make yourself comfortable. I'll grab a blanket. I'll be right back. So I run out of the room and I go grab a blanket, and then I come back to the room.
Just kind of sit there. What do I sit down or?
Yeah. Just kick your boots off. Stay a while. You know, you need to relax. I need to get you in the right state of mind if any of this is gonna work. I did kind of get some extra pieces of furniture stabilized. I know it's makeshift, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold you.
That should work for me. Let us try. And I sit down.
All right. I said kick off your boots, and I walk over and I try and grab his big old Goliath boot and pull it off.
I lean down and kind of shoo him away a little bit, waving my hand as I take my boots off, grumbling about needy goblins.
All right. So y'all can be here. As I turn to the rest of the group, you can be here, but I need to be real quiet. You know, trust me, I'm a professional. I have various skills. This is what I'm here for. So just give me a little leeway. But if something does start happening, just stay calm and stay back. Don't interfere. It could get dangerous.
Like how dangerous are we talking?
Oh, not you. You're gonna be totally fine. It's fine. I'm just saying, you know, some people do weird stuff when you do exercises like this. You know, past traumas might come up. Your relationship with your mother might come up.
Doesn't exist, so we're fine there.
Yeah, it could be a challenge for the person going through it just as much as the folks watching it. You know, drum up some old emotions.
Let me know. I'm quite comfortable now.
All right, so I go and I get my guitar, and I slowly start strumming it a little bit. I make sure it's in tune, and I walk over to Godric, and I put my little goblin hand on his head and push it back so he leans back on the pillow. Just lay back. I
follow his instructions as best as I can.
Now, Godric, for this to work, I'm gonna need you to trust me. You know I wouldn't do anything to hurt you, right?
I'll be blunt. You're still a goblin. My trust is not fully into you.
No, that's not what I want to hear, Godric. You need to trust me. Do you believe that I'm not gonna do anything that would intentionally put you in harm's way?
I trust that there's nothing that you can do to harm me in that way.
Oh, you're still being defensive. We got to bring down those walls, Godric. It's just maybe if you just fake it till you make it. Just tell me that you trust me. We're friends. Everything's gonna be okay.
Fine, Trin. You brought me Gwendolyn in combat and did what you could to help. I trust you.
All right. So, like I said. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Just relax. As I start using a couple castings of healing word, as I whisper into his ear, as I lay him back on the pillow, make sure his eyes are closed. I'm gonna take you into a tranquil place. You need to be open. Everything is nothing. You're safe. You're not in danger. Everything is safe. Nothing in your memories can hurt you. We're just gonna go a little ways back, and we're gonna unlock those memories you have hidden. And as I start to cast detect thoughts, let me drop the buttons in the thingy with my spells.
The buttons in the fucking thingy.
Yeah, the buttons in the thingy. Oh yeah, I have a character sheet and it has spells on it that I will cast so that Andrew can make sure that I'm not cheating. Oh, because I am untrustworthy.
Cheater.
Unless you're Godric, then I'm totally trustworthy. All right, so oh yeah, there's healing word. Give a couple casts of healing word. Totals 12 points of healing word, if that matters at all. And then as I start to play, I cast detect thoughts, and I start focusing in on Godric as I say soothing words, and just relax, and you're in a safe place. And so I cast that. And then I start to cast suggestion as I go into the spell and start diving into his brain, and I sing him a little song. I sing him a little song that I prepared.
Ooh, let's hear this song. I can't wait. This is gonna be lit. Fucking party.
Yeah. So I start playing to the song. Here's to the heroes that came back. Cheers to the wish for your mind, not just that, 'cause the song brings back all the memories of everything you've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones lost in hell on the way, 'cause the song brings back all the memories, and the memories bring back memories back to you. And I start really focusing in, and there's a time that you remember when all you felt was pain. You believed you were there forever, and nothing would stay, and everything would stay the same. Now that you made it back here, but your mind is not the same. That is why I sing to you, restore your mind today. I know it hurts sometimes, and I know it hurts today, but you're gonna be alright. Hear my magic say, here's to the heroes that came back. Cheers to the wish for your mind, not just that, 'cause the song brings back all the memories of everything you've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones lost in hell on the way, 'cause the song brings back all the memories, and the memories bring back memories back to you. Do, 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 do. And I'm just going to the song as I also use my special bardic power to where is it? To lower his resistance to my magic, making him unable to resist, even if he does still have some of those barriers between me and those locked away memories, as I use my special bardic ability of unsettling words. And so what unsettling words does is my words are laced with magic, and I unsettle a creature, causing doubt. But the basic, what it actually does is I use my bardic inspiration, and my bardic inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from their saving throw. So if there was any kind of resistance, even if it's involuntary, I'm just debuffing that. So I rolled an 8. So it takes 8 off of any resistance he would have to these spells as I start going back to his memories in hell.
All right. So,
okay, hold on one sec. Sorry, Andy. So once the ritual started, I kind of shuffled over to Katerina, and I leaned in close and whispered to her, just try not to let anybody hear. Should we stop them?
hopefully, if his memories do come back, he, out of all of us, will be able to handle them.
All right. I'll trust you. You were warned. That's all. And then we let the ritual continue. Uninterrupted. Unsabotaged.
Alright, sounds legit. Sounds legit. Look at Katerina just over there. Go for it. Do it. Let's see. Okay, so
God,
much
she's a failure.
Much like a netrunner plugging in Cyberpunk, Trin casts a whole bunch of voodoo, right? And these spells, as Godric falls gently to sleep, begin to kind of coalesce and fall like into his body, being absorbed by his mind. You see the notes of the music kind of coming off of his instrument and kind of fluttering about, and then just like falling onto Godric as he begins to go deeper and deeper into sleep, and he then basically snores and lets you know that he's just out. So as you kind of close your eyes and begin to peer into his mind, you find racing through all of his memories and trying to organize them, you end up on a very familiar space. It's almost exactly like the one you saw before when you first attempted this back in Alaska. The ground, though, is kind of cracked, and there's a red glow and hue kind of breaching through these cracks into this exceptionally dark space. With every step that you take, the ground cracks a little bit underneath your feet. And as you continue to walk past other memories, you can hear passing comments or voices. Probably people from his past or people he's met along the way. You hear him talking about Alric about discussing weapon crafting in some store. You hear him and Locke discussing something. You're not sure, it's intangible. They're having a discussion about how to use prestidigitation. And then you continue to move deeper, and you end up walking to a space, and it gets extremely bright. And there's a large door that has the edges are basically glowing with this bright orange, reddish, almost hot hue. And it's about 20 or 30 steps away from where you're currently standing. But between you and that door, you see dark hounds, 2 of them, sitting patiently. One seems to be sleeping, and the other is up on watch. These large, shadowy hound shapes sitting there. And they both kind of look up, and they look at you suddenly locking eyes with you. And they begin moving forward towards you.
I start to back up, but then I just think of Godric and everything these heroes have been through, and that this is what I'm here for. And I'm not entirely. I'm pretty confident that I can maybe force my way past them into his mind. Double or nothing. As I start walking forward and approaching them.
So as you start approaching these hounds, who kind of then suddenly stop in their tracks, You hear Godric. You don't see him, but you hear him. And he's distressed. And he begins basically crying out to you and telling you, no, there's only pain. And this disembodied voice begins kind of just sporadically speaking to you and repeating that phrase, like beyond the door is only pain.
I kind of call out into this void space that I'm in, like towards where I'm hearing the voices. God, we need to unlock your mind. Who knows what happened? There could be terrible consequences.
So as you do, the voice just returns in a loud roar, just, no! Just very aggressively.
Godric, I gotta do this for you! As I start, trying to push forward again.
So as you start walking towards the hounds and closing the distance between, they're now halfway between you and the door, one of them kind of rushes at you and leaps at you. And you kind of instinctively pull up your hand to kind of protect yourself. And there's kind of a flash of light. And then it just basically dissipates like a fluffy cloud just across you, right? And the other one sees this and kind of backs up for a moment. And then you hear a different voice. You've never heard this voice before. Sounds like a powerful and authoritative woman's voice. Listen, Goblin, Trin. You don't understand what you are attempting to do. These memories were locked away on purpose for protection because a dear, dear friend of mine asked for that to be the case. This is your only warning. You should not peer any deeper. You do not know the ways of my magic. You do not understand it. It is beyond your comprehension and your practition. Attempting to do so will only lead to harm, will only lead to pain, yours and his. And then the hound, the last one, disappears. And the door kind of rushes forward to you, like coming to meet you, and just stops right in front of you. And then on the other side of that, being next to this door, you can hear screaming and torment from the other side. You can hear the sounds of flames, of burning. You can hear the sounds of the most terrible forms of torture you can imagine coming from the other side of the door. And then you hear the laugh echo from the door outwards of a very small young child, just gleefully laughing away.
Godric is one of the strongest forces of nature I've ever met. He deserves to know what was done to him. You don't get to take that away from him.
So while having this conversation, you feel something touch your shoulder. And as you kind of look over to see what it is, you see these elongated crone fingers of some disembodied person. And it kind of comes up your neck and then just kind of scratches along your face and comes up the top of your ear and then disappears. I wasn't warning you. Because I cared. I'm warning you. Because opening that door without my permission will kill you. So, do it. Open it, then. Foolish goblin, open the door and take the risk. Your compatriot knows she was warned not to allow this to happen. She was told this protection was for your own good.
What are you... what are you talking about? My compatriot?
So the voice gets firm. The one who uses my magic. You know the one.
Am I, like... Do I sense, like, even the slightest ounce of deception in her saying that if I open this door, I might... well, she's saying I will. That I'm dead.
You have no idea. The voice is disembodied. It's moving. You can't really focus on it. Although the hand felt real enough. But there is... What you can sense in this kind of void space inside his mind is an intense malice that is like lording over you. All of your training and all of your inherent magical knowledge is basically telling you that something intensively angry and malicious is in like this space with you, that there is something here. Much like when you first attempted to go in, there is a powerful magic beyond the scope of what you have ever encountered before at play here.
I don't know who you are, but I know one thing. You don't want what's good for us, and you don't care. I don't get through life by letting people like you push me around just because you hate me as I pull the door open.
All right. So as you reach forward to like grab the door, basically a handle appears, and as you yank on it, there is a blast of psychic feedback that strikes your basically ethereal mind and body. So, in the room, you guys basically see Trin. He's quiet, and he's just focusing on Godric, and Godric's just snoring away. But then Godric mumbles in his sleep and begins to kind of thrash. And you see Trin's like kind of mouth moving, mimicking like he is having some form of conversation. And then Godric kind of shudders. And then Trin begins to kind of shake viciously. And then he lashes forward and falls to the ground. And does so violently, striking the floor. Throwing his instrument. And he appears at a first glance to like be breathing as you see this happen. But appears to maybe be unconscious, like just completely, or stuck.
I would like to run over to Trin, drop to my knees, and then start preparing to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Still like violently shaking and stuff on the bed on the chair at all, or
you? No. All right, so you guys see Alaric run over to assist Trin. What are the rest of you doing? Katerina, Locke?
I go over to
Yeah.
Godric, and I don't like shake him awake or anything. I just kind of move his head and pull open his eyes and make sure he's not like check him.
Okay, and what are you doing, Katerina?
I was gonna do the same thing. Go over to Godric and check that he is breathing still. And if not, or if his breathing seems like labored in any way, I'll give him one of my health potions that I have.
Okay. Can you both make medicine checks for me?
Oh, look at that pair of 3s. That was brilliant.
10
It's not
for
a pair
me.
of ones.
All right. So, as you kind of rush over to him to like check on him and help him, and Alric goes straight down to Trin and begins casting a healing spell. He kind of, when you look at him, he seems to be all right. Like, you pull open his eyelids, you look at him, you try to check for his pulse, check his temperature, see what's going on, and he is extremely warm. But when you open up his eyes, they kind of come back from the back of his head, and they lock eyes with Locke, and you can see Godric is staring at you. And then after just a few more seconds, he kind of just seems to awaken out of a really powerful daze, a very strong daydream.
Yeah. What happened to my head? Holy shit.
Meanwhile, you're casting the spell on Trin, Alric, and about the same time that Godric kind of comes to, Trin also comes to and kind of just rolls over. Trin, it was brutal on your psyche. I rolled, and you took 30 psychic damage. As you remember vividly opening the door, grabbing it, and then being repelled, and your entire consciousness being ripped out of that space, that void space, and being pushed back into your own.
Well, if it helps, my cure wounds did 10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Healing. 10 points of healing. Sorry.
No. Damage.
Damage.
Trin, what did you do in my head?
You don't remember?
It was this kind of, I remember voices talking, and it was all not,
Alright, so Locke goes in and kind of grabs Godric by the head, like one hand on each side of his face. Alright, it's very important now. Try to focus. Can you remember anything from after the battle in hell?
I do as he says and attempt to remember. Real hard, closing my eyes, kind of thinking about it, and I attempt to remember, Andy.
Remember what?
I'm just kind of searching my mind, like thinking if anything pops into my head, and then going deeper to try to focus in on hell, if I remember anything from hell.
You, the first thing that comes to mind is just you basically back in Samaria, kind of going through the hills on the hunt with your father. That pops to mind, and then you remember something about the ceremony when you got your dragon runes, but outside of that, the harder you try, the more evasive your memories seem to be becoming.
It is just like before. It is like it's like being on the hunt. My memories run.
Damn it.
How about
Alright,
you? You were in my head, Trin. What did you see?
They're definitely there, and they're definitely locked away.
By what?
I slowly stand up and I walk unsteadily over towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn to Godric and I say, if you really want to know, maybe you should ask her. As I like kind of gesture towards Katerina, and I leave the room, like heading towards my bedroom, like I'm going to try and rest.
What does he mean? Why? What is it, Katerina? What did you do?
I didn't do anything to our memories, but it might be best if we don't try this again. It seemed to be very difficult on the both of you.
Why does Locke... sorry. Why... Oh, God, my head. Why does Trin say you have anything to do with it?
We're not sure. Do you remember anything? Weren't you sharing some of those memories?
I wasn't asking you. You're the one who wanted the memories as much as I do. And Trin said Katerina has an answer and you're not going for it.
No, I'm asking if he thinks she had something to do with it. I'm asking if you know why.
You're not listening? I said I don't remember. Nothing. Everything was running. So I looked at Katerina and Trin wandered off. So, Katerina, any idea why? Anything at all? Again, we're in this together. I just want to know if I'm gonna get betrayed again or not. And if you've already betrayed me, at least let me know.
Calm down. No one's betraying anyone.
I'm gonna go stand over by Katerina and look towards Godric. Nobody's betraying anybody here. If we're in this together, then maybe we stop with the accusatory tones.
He said that she may know something, so maybe he saw something. He didn't. He walked away. I'm asking if, while he was in your head, you had shared some of your memories. That's all.
That I'm gonna wave Locke off and kind of stand up. I'm not accusing. How about you not look at just my words and don't look at my tone, look at my words. I'm saying, did she?
Well,
I've been betrayed
hard
lately.
to get past, brother, because it feels like you're about to bowl me over and go attack her. So
if I was doing that, I'd be a little bit more angry. This is not angry. This is me just saying, hey, did you do anything? You've been with me for 10 years. Why are you misreading me? This has never happened before.
All right.
Except for the time you dragged him out of the council chamber?
Maybe because he was demanding the death of an entire race. That's his own fault. He knows this.
And you've been with me long enough to know that I'm not very good at accepting failures or hitting roadblocks. And what has you so on edge? All he said is that Katerina may know something. But maybe she does.
I'm just saying that I just had someone that I relatively trusted that was with us for a good bit. I fought beside, and they betrayed me. So I'm on edge because I'm asking. I'm not mad, and I said, again, we're in this together. That's why I was asking, what happened? If there is anything.
Okay.
We all turn and look at Katerina.
And I know a dodgy answer when I see one. You'll take me for a fool. Oh, sorry,
I don't know what happened down there. But I promise you, I don't wish anyone here any harm. I don't know what Trin saw.
You're not answering my question.
I think maybe she is, Godric. None of us can remember. Maybe something happened that Trin saw that she can't remember. Until Trin comes back and recovers, we need to wait. He'll help. We don't have all the answers.
I don't like this judge. I don't like this dodgy shit. And I get up and I walk towards Trin.
He's not in the room. He left.
No, I'm walking towards his room.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mumbling about, apparently a goblin's the only person I can trust nowadays. What is this?
Alright, so
Sounds
Godric
like-
basically storms out of the room.
Katerina, do you remember anything that might illuminate what Trin suspects?
No. It might. I think that Hecate blocked our memories. But I don't remember having any part in that.
Like the goddess Hecate?
Yes.
Okay. How would that... Why would she... I'm gonna go sit down on that really nice bed that Trin made for Godric.
Just some visions that I've had that I've mentioned before. I think that she has something to do with it.
Well, I mean, she's a goddess. I suppose she could do that if she needed to. Well, I think we're all just a little frustrated. That was a pretty scary moment, and we're not getting any answers. I hope you don't take what Godric did personal. I mean, we all kind of know he's always angry, but I got your back. And I walk over to Katerina and I put my hand on her shoulder. Remember, we are in this together. It's going to be okay. And then I'll go to my room too.
Alright.
Well, now that it's just the two of us, we should probably avoid letting them try this again. And we should probably find out what Trin does know. And if you want to continue to keep the finer details a secret, you'll probably need to convince him after you find out what he knows.
I don't like lying to them. I just need a little bit more time. I still haven't fully processed all of this yet.
I understand. And don't worry, I will help you. And I will try to calm Godric. But he doesn't deal with betrayal well, and Trin's comment was easily interpreted that way, so yeah. Just stay calm. You are fine, and I am going to help you stay fine. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Well, what do you want to do?
Frankly, right now I still feel exhausted, and I might take a note from everyone else and just go to bed.
Very well. Sleep well. As well as you can. And if you can't sleep, I don't. Like I said, I'll be here if you need someone to talk to. I'll be in the library.
Good night. And I'm gonna head to my room.
Okay. So, basically everybody is going down for the evening, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to bed. It's fine.
All right, so everybody heads to their individual rooms. Basically just lays down for the night to try to get some rest. It's not easy, and it takes some work on everybody's part, but eventually everybody who needs sleep eventually goes to sleep. And you all rest and dream of your homes and the people who are important to you. And then with the rising of the sun in the morning, you feel more energized, and you all kind of just wake up.
Just like yesterday, I will go downstairs and make tea for everybody, except Godric.
Godric's gonna, he's actually gonna come down. You're gonna see him fumbling on the steps, kind of rubbing his shoulder against the wall, like nursing his head. Ugh, God. Are you making breakfast again?
I was making tea. I tend to eat a very light breakfast.
I might partake. Could you make me a big... tea is supposed to help you wake up, is it not?
It can. Yeah, you didn't like my tea yesterday. Are you sure?
I was going to ask you to make it more. I slept like shit.
You want me to make more of it, like a Godric-sized tea?
Yes.
I slide over the pot of tea I had already made and said, I'll just make more for everyone else.
Just grab the pot and start drinking it. Ugh.
Whoa, that's really hot.
It is perfect. You forget, I'm a fire giant. If it's smoking, I like it.
Sumerians, man, I don't get you. Like you're a fire giant, you're a Goliath. How's that all
Giant
work?
Goliath.
Fire giant Goliath.
Yes.
Should travel up there sometime.
Nice place. I don't, It's a nice place. It's cold. There's
Cold.
beasts. When you're in the jungles and when you're in the forest, beware of the displacer beasts.
Displacer beasts. I've actually fought one of those before. With
Yes,
my mentor.
they tend to hunt in packs up there.
No, packs. That's interesting. They're pretty solitary down here. Must be a different species.
When you're fighting as much Goliaths and orcs as they do, it's for survival.
Yeah, fair enough. What's with the headache? I think it's from the spell last night.
Oh. Dreams. Bad dreams. It has
Gotcha.
nothing to do with what happened last night.
Good.
Just not sitting well. Don't know what it was. I remembered, and then I woke up, and then they dissipated.
Oh, yeah. You were a little aggressive with Katerina. I don't know if you meant to be, and I'm not going to try to correct you or anything like that, but it's something to watch out for. Remember, Locke did just say she was having a really hard time.
With what?
You mean with what? Her father's missing?
Hey, that hasn't been a problem before.
Are you having a problem with your memories being gone?
No, not really.
Well, look, not everybody's as tough as you. For God's sake, you don't even wear armor in battle.
Don't need it. My runes are my armor.
Yeah, but we do need the armor is what I'm saying, man.
Just be faster.
All right, just
It is
take it easy
all...
on her, man.
Trin, again, I woke up from having someone in my head, having someone previously betray me, and then someone literally says, hey, what happened? I don't know, you should ask Katerina. So I did, and then she gave me shitty answers. I know when someone's being dodgy. As much as everyone thinks I'm an idiot, I'm not.
I don't think you're an idiot. I just don't think you're very well educated. And I punch you in the arm again.
Either way, I'll talk to Trin about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just let's take it easy a little, man. I think we're all a little stressed out. And not everyone was built with the mental or physical fortitude that you were.
Stress. We just won a battle and saved the queen.
It's one way to look at it. Or it's we just barely survived a dragon and had to make a very stressful decision.
I guess it doesn't weigh on me because I was against it.
And so was I.
So I don't take it to heart too much.
Fair. Anyway, enjoy the tea. Should I make breakfast for everybody? Is that a normal thing to do, is make breakfast?
I mean, people have when you wake up early.
I travel alone a lot, so...
I'd offer to help, but
everybody
I
likes.
wouldn't fit.
Like, I could make warm bread. Like, I could just take the bread I have and warm it. Is that a good breakfast?
I think they call it toast in Emrath.
Oh, no. I was just going to warm it up. I wasn't going to, sear
Crisp
the
it?
sides or whatever. Yeah. I really understand. So at home, we had somebody who worked the kitchens for us, and then when you're out, doing what I do out in the woods, you just got an open fire and a stick usually. Just not a kitchen person.
From upstairs, you hear coming from the back where Trin's room is.
Oof.
He doesn't sound too good.
Yeah. You wanted to talk to him anyway. Why don't you go check on him? I'll figure out this
Fine.
situation.
I'm gonna head upstairs to check on Trin at Alric's recommendation.
All right. So you kind of march your way upstairs towards the back and, head to Trin's room.
I'm coming in.
No, I can stop you if I wanted to.
I open the door, walk in. How are you holding up? You look like shit. And they're saying something.
You see me kind of sprawled out on the floor, holding a bucket full of stuff. Disgusting stuff. That spell was a doozy.
Bet.
Fucking bitch.
Wait, who's the fucking bitch?
That thing that was in there. It was like this crone. This unearthly voice that the thing that actually used their magic to lock your memories away.
You saw the person who locked my memories away?
It's not that simple when you're on that plane. It's detached voices and it's symbolism. She even was grabbing me. And then there were guardians too. She said I would die. I showed her, bitch.
What guardians? What were they? Did you have to fight them?
I might have had to, but I didn't. And then they disappeared. But then she showed up. She says that she's sharing that Katerina is using her magic. Did you talk to Katerina about it?
No, she was dodgy. Locke was getting defensive. Alric was getting on their side, saying I was being threatening. I was going to smack somebody.
I don't want to mess up anything, Godric, but you trusted me to go in there, so I feel like I got to play it straight with you.
That's why I'm trusting your words. You went in my head, and I trust you as much as I can. You fought by my side, and as any warriors, there's a bond. There's a bond between all of us.
I don't know the fallout of what I'm going to tell you, but...
Give it to me straight.
The body, the disembodied voice, the being that's in control of the magic that locked her memory away, she did not want me to open it. That's I vomit into the bucket again.
Look, and try to find a piece of your clothing and offer it to you like a rag.
Oh, not my good stuff.
I mean, I'm not giving you my pants, so.
I reach over and I grab like one of Lucian's coats that I found that I was using as bedding, and I grab that and I wipe my mouth. Ugh.
Nice.
She said she did it as some sort of favor. I think there was some sort of deal, but she also
Deal
said
with
that
who? With Katerina?
I really don't know. So some sort of deal to lock your memory away. She said she did it as some sort of favor.
So what you're telling me is that Katerina lied to my face last night.
Well, I don't know exactly what you guys talked about, but she did say that she warned her about...
She knew? So everyone in the house just hears, she knew?
Godric,
I do not care what she did. Lying to someone I consider family is not okay. I've ran 25 miles before to warn my tribe of an oncoming orc attack, and I would do it again for anyone in this house. And if you have the audacity to lie to me, to my face, about our safety, that is not okay.
Godric, you need to as I vomit some more.
Yeah, so you guys hear shouting.
Is there something in this room?
Is there what in the room?
Like a dresser or table stand or something?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think I keep my stuff?
Walk over to the nightstand and kind of put some of the stuff off of it, pick up the nightstand, and just bash my head into it. Repeatedly.
God, the last thing you need to do is cause more brain damage, Godric. You're working against yourself, buddy.
As I just bash the freaking thing above my head and then toss it to the ground and sit down. Ugh, I needed that.
All I know is that she said that she warned her that something bad might happen. Then she was trying to keep your memories from you.
I would like to know why then. I would like to know why then. I don't mind that I don't have them. I just want to know why I don't have them. Well, everyone's on edge, and I just did a bunch of shouting. So I imagine they're on edge more. So we'll see what they have to say when we go down. And we'll go with you.
Godric, how are you doing today? I was forced out, but I thought maybe you might remember a little something.
No, I don't remember anything. I think the worst I could say is I had nightmares last night. Can't even remember what it was. All I know is it didn't pertain to any of this. It was like a nightmare, but an old memory almost.
Sometimes that's a bad side effect. I mean,
I felt it was not about this, though. I don't know why, but there's just a feeling.
I'm sorry, Godric. I really tried. I mean, that's why I'm here. As I start like.
Actually, I reached down and pat Trin on his. I like pat Trin on his back. It is fine. Go to sleep. Rest. I will tell everyone we need to have a meeting, and I will not speak of this anymore until we all sit down and have a conversation. All right?
All right. It's all like just kind of like when you're sick and you're just so tired you can't even stay awake, and I go back to sleep.
At that, I walk up, pop the door open, and shut it, and walk down. As I get to the kitchen, Aldrich.
Well, on your way up, you run into Locke,
Oh.
who kind of catches you as you head down the stairs.
Hi, Locke. We're going to be having a meeting.
Yes. We
A very...
definitely are.
We? What do you want?
What was that?
That was me learning truth.
What truth?
We will talk about that later. When everyone's in a room and we can have an adult conversation. Unless you have something to say now. In which case we can go talk in the war room.
I only question why you're so quick to believe that Katerina is betraying any of us.
I do not believe she's betraying us. I'm saying that there's more to this story that is not being told.
Right, because all of our memories were erased.
Hey, I'm just saying, someone pointed it out and someone was in my head. If he was in my head, the answer is there.
You screamed like you were going into battle, and then I heard the crushing of wood. So I question
I headbutt a nightstand
your
until it
motivations
broke.
here.
The nightstand was to calm down. That is what I did. I broke it with my face, and I feel better.
I truly have trouble understanding you sometimes.
The feeling is mutual. But we need to have a meeting.
What did Trin say?
I'm not going to talk about it. I've already told him. I will not talk about it. We were all going to have a meeting where Trin can express what happened and what he saw, and everyone gets around and talks in a circle. Again,
Very well.
We are a goddamn tribe. We are like family.
I'll be down there in just a moment.
For some reason, everyone forgets that we have been together, fought together, almost died together. There should be goddamn trust.
Godric, do you understand the conflict of the things you're saying? We trust you, we trust Trin, and I trust Katerina that she's telling the truth. But you're on this war path right now, and I don't understand.
What? Come with me. And I just kind of tap you on the back. I'm not going to, grab you, but I tap you on the back and I head towards the magic room. We need to have a talk. Let's go. Come on. I trust you more than anyone else.
Please, I wanted to discuss this with you alone anyhow.
We've been together long enough. There should be no secrets.
I agree.
So I walk into the battle room and kind of just walk in there and sit down.
What did Trin say, specifically?
Hang on. What did you say something, Andy?
I said, yeah, so you guys are having this conversation, and it's fairly loud. So, Trin, you hear all of this going on just basically down the end of the hallway from you. And Alric, you're kind of made your way near the entrance into the kitchen that connects to the common room, and you can hear them having this discussion. Katerina, you kind of have come up out of bed, and you've heard you're woken up by him yelling for one thing. And there at the bottom of the bed is your faithful hound companion, and it just looks at you, and it gives a coy, knowing smile, and then lays its head back down on its paws and goes back to minding its own business. And then we're going to take a break. Woo! So, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight and coming and watching the show. We appreciate it. We are Legendary Action. We do this every Friday at 7:30 PST, and we will be back in a short bit after about 10-15 minutes or so.
At the stake!
Murder! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me chug this real quick, and then we can get back into it.
Yeah. All right. So let's see who. Let's get into our giveaway. We're currently running a giveaway for a Reroll Pro key, and yeah, let's poll and see who our lucky winner is.
Sorry.
You're chaotic, Lethal. You're chaotic. You're chaotic.
And the winner is Jammer 134.
Jammer 1. Jammer, congratulations. One of our moderators will get in contact with you. We will get you that information. You are now the lucky winner of a Pro Key to Reroll. And make all the characters. All of them. Just make them.
Yeah. And you know what? Our friends over at Fudge Lovin' Craze decided to throw in a 25% discount if you go to their page and order tons of delicious fudge. So make sure to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
Do you know what we should
Jammer.
do?
Take advantage of that
You know what
fudge.
We should just pull another winner for fudge only. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Just a war.
Hold on. Do what?
Do you want to do that? We're gonna draw per jammer. We're gonna draw another person who wins the fudge. He'll take the reroll though. See, smart man. Reroll's awesome.
Wait. I would like a fudge discount.
Dodo to fly with the
then-
25% off fudge.
Well, the good news is you can get 10% off when you use code LegendaryAction at checkout, Justin.
And all you got to do is buy 10, and that 10th one's
what?
free.
I'm going to buy some fudge right now.
And Dodo to fly with the winner of fudge.
All right,
that-
Dodo.
That's what we need to harness. We need to make, ordering fudge from our lovely community member, Fudge Lovin' Craze Jammer 130 or Jammer 134's store a viral craze. It's like challenge accepted. Like everyone on TikTok and YouTube, or that's what they do. Look, I bought 5 freaking pounds of fudge.
5
I'm gonna buy
pounds.
something
It's really
weird.
good.
I was having a long day at work and started scrolling through the flavors, so I'm probably going to be ordering some pretty soon.
It's good. It definitely is. It's good food for when you're having a bad day.
Yeah, I have a brick of fudge in my cabinet right now.
Yeah, you did mention that, Jammer. So if you want to discuss that, you just gotta get in contact with me and Alex, and we have to discuss it. But yeah, Dodo, congratulations, man! Order that fudge, use it. 25% off, man. It's 2 pounds.
Yeah, screw that summer body when you can, literally eat happiness.
Nobody's even outside yet, man. It's summer body.
Yeah, nobody's outside.
In order to go do something productive, fucking Justin here has to go camp in winter, miles away from civilization.
I had a great time when I wasn't freezing to death.
Oh, what? For 4 seconds? No, 8 hours that you slept?
No, sleeping was the
almost
worst.
didn't sleep well. Yeah, sleeping was the worst. While I was fishing. The fishing was fun.
Anybody
Orange
is a
cream
summer
or
body.
peanut
Fair
butter?
enough.
Good point. I like that, Lilith.
The peanut butter chocolate is good.
I'm a fan of eating my feelings too, Dodo.
Yeah. Oh, geez. That brings up some memories.
Yeah. All right. So enough with the depression. Let's get back to something more depressing: Dungeons and Dragons.
There's never enough depression.
Be quiet, you.
Okay.
All right. So,
Get to the job.
Locke, you and Godric basically make your way over to the danger room and walk inside into this fairly nondescript blank magic basically reduction zone. So we'll pick up right there. What are you guys doing? Have your discussion.
Walking into the room, I kind of just wait for Locke to walk past as I shut the door. Walking to the center, kind of rolling my hands through my hair. So, what Trin said is that the person that did this to him, and that was in his mind, or in my mind, our mind, whatever, said that Katerina made a deal or struck a deal that our memories were locked by that power, and that she knew we should not touch it. She, at least from what he said, is that we were not supposed to try to gain our memories. They were blocked for a reason, and apparently she knew. That is why I am frustrated. Again, I view everyone in this damn group as a tribe, as family. I would die for any one of you. To hear someone betrayed me that I thought is family is frustrating. That is why I am so aggressive right now. Among other things. Looking at Locke.
All right. I understand your frustration. But Bryn, hearing the voice of someone telling us that our memories were locked away doesn't, and that it's Katerina's fault. Maybe it's true, and I believe Trin is being honest, and that's what he heard. But how could we trust whatever told him? Before you go on, Katerina is young and doesn't know any of us very well, and was betrayed by Lucian, same as the rest of us. She's alone in the world without her father, searching, and in the time that she's come across us, has seen more mayhem and destruction than she could have ever thought to come across. And reactions like looking at her as some monster who betrayed you and screaming and breaking things is why she kept her secret from you, because she's young and scared.
Do you mean she kept her secret, Locke?
She tried to keep it.
Uh-huh.
But
Locke.
I found her in the library while you and Alaric were gone. She was very upset.
Locke, you've known me so long. No matter what she did, as long...
I don't...
At this point, I don't... Just tell me.
Listen, I understand that. But she doesn't. What she needed was someone to be on her side. Someone she could confess to without an explosion, without someone breaking the room. So I gave her that. A calm ear and a stable shoulder to eventually bring this secret out on her own. What she did saved us, regardless of how it was done.
Then what did she do, Locke? That is what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know for certain. She told me
Locke.
everything she knows. And all...
Locke, do you trust me?
I do. I just want to keep her protected.
And I just said that I was willing to die for her.
But
a goddamn dragon would not get between me and you. That is what I am concerned about. Whereas me spitting in a dragon for all of you.
That isn't what she's scared of. What she's scared of is that when she tells everyone, she'll be abandoned again, alone to wander the world again. And it's reactions like yours that cause this for her. She's nervous. She's young and scared, and you need to let her come out in her own time. Please.
I have abandoned a family once. I've had my father leave me when I was a child. And I ran away from my family once. And then I found you. Then I found you, my brother.
Trying to stay. She doesn't want.
What needs to happen is she needs to tell us. Because you and me, we will go to the end of the world for each other.
And I'm asking you to be patient, because she will tell us when she's ready to tell us. I can tell you that what she told me is not great, but also there's nothing we can do about it right now. So let her just deal with it in her own time, please. This reaction you're having is too much.
It is like a wound. You're letting it fester. We need to clean it first.
Maybe.
The
And
fact that
among your
Trin-
people and your tribes, maybe. But we don't know how she deals with things like this.
She needs to know that she is safe here. So we need to tell her. She needs to tell us her secret so we can look her in the face and say, we are here for you.
No, she doesn't.
Then why is she here? Playing adventurer. We are about to go to war. We do not need a child by us if she's not willing to listen and grow. Trin will press this. Already, with Alric. Do you want me to stand against him? He asked me to trust him, so I do.
I am breaking my trust with her to help you understand that what she's hiding is beyond the scope of our capability to deal with. Maybe we should have stopped the ritual because we did put you in harm's way, but we both felt that whatever entity it was behind it...
You knew too?
Of course I did. I told you she told me. Now relax. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes, because my brother of 10 years put me in harm's way.
Yes,
what changed?
We are in harm's way at all times, Godric.
Not my family.
I want these memories unlocked as much as anyone else here, maybe more, because who knows what else it could accomplish.
Tearing us apart?
Only because your reaction is too much.
Not too much. I simply wish to trust my family.
You can trust us.
Apparently not.
I was ready to stop the ritual. We both were.
You weren't ready to do shit, but stand there.
Trin also, I refuse to believe that he's more talented than he lets on, and he thinks he's clever, but he is quite talented at magic, and I believed that he would keep you safe, whatever was going on in there. I trusted you, and I trusted Trin more than I trusted some.
But you allowed me to get hurt by someone else's hand while you watched. I have never done that to you. I murdered 14 people for you.
Listen.
In cold blood. I tore that limb from limb.
We have done
for you
things for both of you. I weighed the memories and the help that could bring over your safety, maybe. But we've accomplished some amazing things, Godric, including seeing people come back from the dead and return from hell. I thought it was worth it.
So you will value my life for your memories, then?
I value...
So apparently our bond is nothing?
I value the safety of everyone in the world over our own. And if we had gone into anyone else's head, it would not have changed what I have decided to do.
Maybe you and Katerina should go off somewhere else. Leave the heroes to do their damn job. You want to lie, hide from the truth. Maybe this is why you stopped trying to find your past, Locke.
I didn't... I was just trying to help everyone.
Can't help everyone. You should know this. But either way, I will not bring it up because you are family and I trust you. But know that I will remember.
Fine. But let her come out in her own time with her own secrets.
Sorry, it is not going to happen. Trin will have something to say, and I will back him. Because when someone's asked me to trust them, I do it. You should have known this.
I do.
Then tell me the truth.
I am telling you what. This is what.
Trust me with the truth, because even I know that you are dodging.
I'm not dodging. It's just not my secret to tell. I'm asking you to be patient with her. She will tell you.
I'm sorry, Locke. Godric actually calming down. I'm sorry, Locke. We can't have patience. We are at war.
Exactly. And that's why I put you at risk, like soldiers do when they go to war. I wanted the memories, but I also wanted to protect Katerina and fulfill a promise I made to her. You and Tren are strong and powerful, and I believe you could handle whatever was on the other side of the wall. And you did. Regardless of whether it worked or not, you're fine.
I reach over and I pat you on the shoulder gently. It does not matter if I'm fine now, brother. What matters is that you do not trust me. And it shows. You decided to put your trust
If I
in a
truly
child.
didn't trust you, I wouldn't be telling you this at all. The deception would continue. I didn't expect Trend to find anything because of the nature of Katerina's secret.
Trick
But
stands up, and that when your
I had
truth,
to let him try.
when your
and-
truth is revealed, most run when they have lied. What do you know of war and sacrifice, Locke?
Nothing. Those memories are gone.
I don't mean to be cutthroat.
Yes, you do.
But no, I don't, because I still love you. I still have 10 years of bond that I hold dearly.
Being loved,
And I would still die for
loving
you.
someone doesn't mean you have to never be cruel to them. Listen, being good doesn't always mean being kind. Maybe it was unkind of me to put you in harm's way and let you risk yours and Tren's life. But it was the right thing to do to get those memories and maybe
That is
find
your
out
problem,
something that
Locke.
could help all of us.
Is you're not caring. You don't have care. It is not about what is always 100% right. Sometimes it is just what's right with family.
I know that's...
I ran from home.
I...
You are what I look towards. This is where I'm at, Locke. It's pain. And it hurts. This is why I'm frustrated. Is all this after I failed to kill a dragon and it ran. I could not stop it. Could not stop its breath weapon from hitting everybody. I was not strong enough. And that is my problem, and I will face it head on. Like everyone should. We were at war and we chose to be great heroes. When we put our pants on and chose to fight and save a queen. Even Katerina did. Now I'm not saying she needs to grow up. Now more than ever, this will be her mettle. This will test her more than ever. She will either succeed or she will fail. There is no other option. But we must stop. I love you, but I need to breathe.
Godric, not everyone is a dragon-slaying Goliath.
But she is a wizard with power, choosing to help others, is she not?
She's also going through quite a bit. Learning more about the nature of her own magic. Learning more about the nature of her own family. The horrors we've all witnessed. I'm saying don't push her. Help her. And I'm asking you the best way to help her is to let
Tell me the truth,
this come
and
out.
I will die for her. That is the simple answer.
She will
I'm
tell you
sorry.
the truth. I'm asking for your patience on her behalf. Please.
I will have as much patience as I can, but if Trin pushes the issue, I will back him, because I agree.
Back him. Fine. I believe he saw what he saw. All I'm asking is you don't push her. If she decides to keep it still, let her keep it.
So keep her safe. Keep her comfortable, like you kept me comfortable in that chair while my head was plagued? Huh? Choose who you care for, apparently.
Roderick, we chose...
She chose the same life, brother. This is where my frustration is. Now, when I leave here, I will not yell, I will not scream. Know this, I will not say anything either. I will have as much patience as I can. For you. But no, she chose the same life we did. Whether it was by choice or force, she is still here now. And you are playing both sides of the same coin. You're just saying one is tails.
Godric, I will just say it again. All I'm saying is I do know what she told me, and that what she has to say is something she needs to say on her own, and how she deals with that isn't up to us. Trust me when I say that her intentions are to help us all. She's just scared.
Apparently you don't know what you're talking about, because you also trusted someone to go into my head knowing it would cause problems. So what good is your judgment?
Quite good, since we're all alive. I understand your frustration. But
And it's not because your judgment that we are alive. Do not mistake this. It is pure luck.
well, so many judgment calls come down to luck, don't they?
The good ones.
The most profitable ones.
Who cares about profit?
Look, I risked a lot, hoping
You risked
to gain a lot.
your brother's life. That is what hurts now, Locke. You willingly risked my life. Over a gamble.
Yes.
Godric actually, looking down at you. You see tears welling up.
I would
thought
hope
I could.
that you would choose.
I would kill
the
anyone
good-
who would touch you like that, and you know this.
I would hope that you would choose the good of everyone over my own life.
Fuck everybody. You are matters to me.
And I
Can't return that, I know.
I can't.
And I turn and I'm done. I'm sorry, but we've been talking in circles. All I know, Katerina should say something, and you don't even trust your brother with the truth, and can't even honestly tell him that his life was at risk when it was right in front of you. That is what I must honestly say. As I walk out and I slam the door.
All right then.
All right, so as he leaves the room, you guys hear the door slam upstairs, and it kind of shakes the house a little bit. And you hear Godric huffing and puffing, I guess, in the hallway. But yeah, you're kind of left just alone in the room to contemplate everything that's unfolded and how it has, Locke. So, what do you want to do, Alric, Katerina, Trin? What are you guys up to while this is happening? Now remember, they're in the danger room, which is soundproof and kind of magical, so you guys didn't hear any of that. But I mean, it was apparent that Godric and Locke had to have a talk.
I'm gonna go knock on Katerina's door.
Come in.
Hey, you hear all the yelling?
Yes. Yelling and smashing of something.
Yeah. I don't know. He said something about she knew. I'm guessing he's talking about you. But that's not why I'm here. Yesterday, Locke told me that you were having a pretty rough time, and after Godric snapped at you and everything, instead of going to bed, I rushed down to this shop I found. There's some gnomes that work in the town, and I know that Belindle's got a lot of gnomes in it. So I asked if there was any chance that he had any anyway here. And I reach in my bag and I pull out a little it's like a wood carved toy, and I just set it next to you and I say, I know that they make these in Belindle, so I just wanted to let you know, we got your back. I don't know what he's so upset about, but I'm sure it can't be that bad.
So what
Anyways,
he gives you,
go ahead.
what he gives you when he pulls it out is a very, very common mechanical tinker toy made by tinker gnomes all throughout, basically Terrowyn. Wherever there are gnomes, tinker gnomes, there are are these toys, and they have a wind-up device on the back that you kind of wind up. And this one happens to be like in the shape of a basically a knight-like warrior, and like his feet kind of move in a very crude fashion or whatever, and the sword and the shield kind of like go back and forth. And you've seen these made before plenty of times when your dad would take you through Belindle for any number of things that you guys needed to get.
I know it's just a toy for kids, but what else am I going to find? I just figured you were thinking of home.
I'll kind of turn the toy over in my hands and look down at it. I had one of these years ago. My father would send me into Belindle to gather food and other supplies that we needed, and I spent a little bit more money than I should have on this. I got in a lot of trouble for that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're not getting in trouble for this one, so. And I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent on it. It wasn't very much. Anyway, I'm probably burning bread downstairs. If you want to help me make breakfast, that'd be great.
Yes, I would like that. Probably be beneficial if we all had a breakfast together, I think.
Oh yeah, I agree. So we did it back home. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner were always a family ordeal. At least for a while. Anyway, yeah, let's go.
All right, so you
Yeah, I'll slip the toy into my pocket and follow him downstairs.
Okay. So you both head downstairs into the kitchen and begin preparing breakfast. You don't see Godric in the hallway and heading down through the common area to the kitchen. But you hear Trin in his room. So what are you doing, Trin?
Slowly and lazily getting dressed and trying to desperately regain my beautiful appearance, greasing my hair and trying to tidy up. And I'm gonna head downstairs.
All right, so as you guys pass his room, you hear him kind of the door jiggle, and then it kind of jiggles again, and then you hear it pulling, and then finally it pops open, and he kind of just comes with the door as it opens behind you. And there in the hallway, Trin, you see Katerina and Alric. Like, you're behind them, so they've turned to look at you, but they're obviously heading towards the kitchen.
Hey, Trin.
Morning.
Feeling all right?
I imagine I probably won't feel quite right for a few more days. That magic was some testy stuff.
Well, maybe breakfast will help.
I'm hungry. Whatever I ate for the past 3 days is in a bucket in my room.
Gross.
Someone's room.
Don't leave it there for too long. It's going to stink.
Sometimes it's like compost. Like you throw it up and then you throw some spices in it, reheat it, and then it's better later.
I'd say you were joking, but then I remembered you were a goblin.
It's just like a different form of leftovers. You just don't think too hard about it. It's kind of like when you're at a restaurant and you don't ask what's in it, because if you did, you might be a little grossed out.
Yeah, I can imagine the feeling. I'm getting a little grossed out right now.
Yeah, but something's crispy. As I sniff the air.
Oh crap! I run downstairs.
All right, so the three of you make your way downstairs. Locke, how long do you spend in the room by yourself?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, just kind of pacing a little bit, and then I just go down to meet everybody.
All right. Yeah, so you as you kind of head downstairs and head towards the kitchen, you see Alric like scrambling to put out a small like grease fire, basically, and Katerina's kind of in there as well, just observing this little bit of chaos. Then you see Trin just kind of propped up, hanging out, kind of weary and tired, just hanging out, sitting on one of the stools at the center like kitchen area. And then you do hear Godric come back, and he comes from an adjacent room, like downstairs on the opposite side of the staircase, which you basically know is was kind of like maybe a large, like coat room sort of space. But he kind of comes out.
Well, when I walk in and I see the grease fire that he's trying to put out, I presto it away.
Oh,
What did I do?
That just getting good.
Huh? Sorry, I missed you, Justin.
I said, what did I do? It worked.
Yes, it did. Well done.
Well, anyways, I guess maybe I shouldn't cook bread with grease. Sorry.
Toast?
Hmm?
Isn't that how you make toast?
With grease? I don't know.
Oh, the fire, I mean.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I don't know. Somebody want to step in here? I was trying to make us all a breakfast, and I royally screwed it up.
I can make it taste good. I think. It's a guess. But there is spells capable of it.
Well, it can't taste any worse. Give it a shot.
I go use Presto on it to give it good flavor. Let's see what happens. Because I've never tasted.
I look at the burnt, greasy toast, and I slide it over to Tren.
Silence.
Oh, thank you. Push to talk. Oh, thank you. It's about time as I grab it and start like lightly chewing on the extra crusty parts.
As you guys are doing that, you hear a knock at the front door. And
I'll get it since I'm not eating.
Yeah. So as you open the door, you see someone leaving and going down the steps, and you see like fresh, basically fresh milk has been left in containers at the door, and you also see a package of some sort of fancy package on the ground as well. And upon like inspecting it, you see that it's like basically sourdough rolls with like freshly applied butter and garnishes of parsley, and then there are dragon donuts in twist shapes with thin layers of sugar at glaze, and kind of you can see probably has some sort of a spice on it.
All right then, I gather it up. I walk back into the dining room, and I'm like, something to brighten everyone's day. I set everything down on the table. I know that we could all use it. I slide like one of the whole packages of the donuts over across the table to Godric.
Godric kind of just nods, doesn't say anything, just kind of grab. These donuts are really good. Holy shit!
I'm told it needs to be
powder?
small to get down the tube. The tube is small.
My tube is huge! It should have fit in!
Just chew it, please.
But yeah, the package, upon inspection, when you pull over the lid and you kind of look at it, it says it's from a place called Bakelicious.
Bakelicious.
Yep, Bakelicious.
Such a hard thing to say.
I pointed one of the dragon donuts as Godric's inhaling them. Look, you did it. You slayed a dragon.
Huh.
God looks at you with the most dead face you've seen. This is not funny.
It was a little funny.
I don't know. You
Okay,
should let the
maybe-
bard be the judge of that.
2.5.
Oh.
All right.
Like I said, a little funny.
All right. So you guys basically drink tea and eat some of the sweets and these rolls, which are all exceptionally tasty. Although Locke would know nothing about that. Don't they sound good though, Mark? Don't they sound good?
Mark. What are we doing about the orbs? What's the plan? Anybody got an idea? Tren?
Open the debate floor.
I don't think there's much to do till we learn more about them, or how to use them, or what to even do with them, really.
You said that you and Godric had gotten some piece of art? I'm confused.
yeah.
What did that mean?
Here, let me-
Mural? Is that the right word? Looking at outer mural, right?
Yeah, I think mural works. Yeah, I'll go get it. It's in my bag. I'll run upstairs and grab it real quick. Come back and I fold it out onto the table, pushing some food out of the way. And there you see the mural with the dragon knights riding on the dragons, holding the orbs, with part of it ripped away. I don't know if it means anything to you. I did figure out that if you look at this dragon here, you can see that the background is parts of the cliffs of Marseille. So I imagine the rest of the other stuff, which actually Godric figured out first, are different locations. Like clues, really.
So each knight has a background corresponding to what?
Well, they found the red dragon orb here.
So
In
they're tombs?
Yeah, tombs are it's got to be tombs, right? Because there was a red dragon knight tomb here. But I guess we could go along. We already have the orbs, but maybe there are more things to learn in these different tombs.
Hey, Vinfights Rage, thank you so much for joining the adventure. Welcome to the Hall of Legends. You are legendary.
Well, we already agreed to use the orbs to fight the dragons. Maybe now it's time to find some weapons to do the fighting with. Where better to search than ancient dragon slayers' tombs?
It's a good point.
Makes as good a sense to me as any plan.
And along the way, maybe we learn some more about the orbs themselves. These dragon riders were supposed to have wielded them, yes? Maybe we can find what we're looking for and weapons to defend ourselves.
Well, I had an idea about that. When I used the orb in the throne room, I got a feeling from it, I guess. I don't know. It's like whatever's inside it is dormant, almost like the orbs themselves aren't even turned on yet. If that makes sense. Maybe we should take him back to Novar.
Well, if you take him back, won't he?
Novar is the one that locked them away in the first place.
We could
So maybe he's
take
the one
him
that turned him off.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
not-
them to the elves of Elatir. Let
Go
them
for
look at
Novar.
it.
I'm not totally opposed to it. I'm just wary of what might be done with them if they're not with us. I know that sounds a little They're not ours to keep, I suppose, but we do have them, all of them, in one place.
That does make sense. At least we know we make the right choice when it matters.
That's very... yes, right.
But that can be a discussion we could have with Novar and the elves, is whether or not, maybe they could just, there's a switch. Maybe they could just flip them on for us right then and there or something. But the sooner we figure out what's going on with the orbs, the sooner we can start hitting those Dragon Knight tombs and learning what information we can.
Right. Happy with that plan? Everyone else okay with it?
Well, it's a start, as I give Katerina a side eye. Maybe, I guess I gotta be the one to do it. There's a little bit of an elephant in the room, isn't there?
Nope.
I try not to call Godric an elephant.
Well, my game plan's still to get your memories back. I'm not really sure how to do it, but I think I know someone that can help.
So when he says that, I kind of nudge Katerina and I can't really express with my face, so I just kind of nudge her.
I know this old, she was kind of a fortune teller. She taught me a lot. Her name's Madame Ophelia. She travels a lot. I don't know exactly where she is, but I could start working on tracking her down. I can say that force, as I give Katerina another side eye, really didn't want me to unlock Godric's memories, and I imagine it's the same for all of you. But I will say this, she's a fucking bitch, and she said she would kill me, but I'm still here, so I'm a little bit of a rebel, so I think I'm gonna keep going.
Sorry, I'm looking at the map again, and this, or not the map, the mural. Anyway, this spot looks kind of familiar here. I don't know if I've been there before. Maybe I've seen it in a book or something. And I would like to roll another check to see if I can figure out where this, where the next tomb would be, basically, or where one of them would be.
Yeah, sure. Give me a nature check. Or a survivor check. Survival.
Right. Bam! Oh! I got a 14.
So as you're kind of looking at it, looking at all the different angles, all the different pieces, you've been looking at this thing periodically while you guys were walking back from the archives. You periodically looked at it a bit while you were asleep, and there was something familiar about it, but you couldn't quite place it. All right, I mean, you're looking at it, you're like, all right, well, there's mountains there, obviously. It's not sea cliffs, so we're looking for a mountain range. But it's so broad. But upon really taking a good look at it, you see these strange creatures that appear to be, almost circling the mountaintop. And it's hard to actually figure out what they are, because the artist's, re-rendition is just all in, basically, pencil. But you're thinking that the tomb has to be in the Greyspire Mountains, near the basically the notorious Harpy Den's nests when you cross through Giant Pass into the Central Vale. somewhere around there, you remember reading about a huge, overpopulated nest of harpies in a region that's extraordinarily dangerous to travel through.
Yeah, this looks like the Grey Spire. If those are harpies, at least. I mean, that's a massive mountain range, but we've got it nailed down a little bit. That's not far from Lior, guys. Aleska's. I mean, the mountains touch Aleska, or at least the forest. We could, if we're going back to Ilithir by way of Aleska, we should check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna need time to track down Madame Ophelia anyway. I'm not gonna be able to get this done overnight, so in the meantime, staying goal-oriented's probably right. I can't say one thing. I don't know where your powers come from exactly, Katerina, but it reminds me of some of the stuff Madame Ophelia used to do, and it seems like with that kind of magic, the kind of juice you have, and whatever that thing was, it's gonna take something of the same magical nature to cancel out whatever hex or barrier that she's got in place. I'm not gonna berate you. I made it out, but if you get any more warnings, do me a favor and tell me.
What kind of warnings?
She knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. I think before we all go any further than this, I should be honest with you all. I had another vision when we returned from the circle the other night. And while it is true that I do not remember everything of our time in hell, I've regained a good portion of it. And I know how we got out. And the reason we got out is the same reason why Nikolai won't be coming back.
What?
You mean? Katerina, I know you may not see this. Just like Locke said, trust me, trust him, trust us. Know that while I may be aggressive and angry, it is only because I'm emotional. But, again, I look at every one of you as family, as tribe. I ask you that you trust us.
It is certainly not a matter of not trusting you. When we were down there, we were tortured a lot. And I was offered a deal to allow us to escape. And I took it. Hecate, I have learned recently, is the goddess from which my powers originate.
Isn't that is that not the evil goddess? My tribe was taught never to worship her. It is like a dark magic, I think.
I believe that you were taught correctly.
Godric just kind of raises his eyebrows and nods. Completely okay with that. All right.
When we were there, she told me that she could allow us our freedom if I gave to her in return a follower of the Veiled Queen. And that we would find him on our journeys. I didn't know until after we had the dragon orbs that I made that deal to turn Nikolai over to her.
To turn him over to her? What do you mean?
Did you kill him?
In a way, yes, I think so. He's in the underworld now, or wherever her realm is.
You killed one of us. I mean, I didn't even like him, but it's not like I was going to plant a dagger in his back at the first chance. You just...
Well, hold on. It's not like she had much choice.
There's always a choice, Locke.
If I didn't, we all would have been sent back there. And this whole time, I'm pretty much just looking at Locke as if I'm just telling him again. Hargraves got released. I don't know where he is or how he is, but I know that he's not there anymore.
Locke puts a hand on your shoulder. It's all right. Go on.
So, I did not believe that I had any other option. And if you no longer wish for me to accompany you, I would understand. Especially after what Lucian did so recently.
Oh, now it all kind of makes some sense. When I was in Godric, when I was in your head, that I guess Hecate, if that's who it really was, she talked like she was doing you a favor, like it was an act of compassion, but I could feel how much she hated us, and that's why I tried to open the door. With these types of things, if I learned anything from Madame Ophelia, it's not as simple as alive or dead or even killed. It's like they're working on a different playing field. I don't think, for what it's worth, as I look at the group, based on what I'm hearing today, I can't really say that I think that Katerina's evil or really malicious. I think, if anything, it sounds like she's just as much a victim as any of us, any of you.
Agree.
But if we're gonna move forward, as I look over to Katerina, we gotta learn the rules of the game. we gotta figure out how we're gonna deal with these kinds of forces. That's far beyond anything I know.
Because I want to say it.
Go ahead.
Because I want to say it again, Katerina. You paid a debt. A debt that is very heavy. One that got us out of hell, and even our graves. It may have cost a new friend's life. And it is a heavy price. I will not look ill upon you for your decision. Only that you did not say anything.
But
And know that we are still family. I still view you as family. And know that I will fight anything to protect you. As I would for Trin, Locke, even this jackass Alric.
God, that's...
And
those are kind words, but... I gotta ask you, Katerina, we haven't really talked about it, but... She said you tapped into her magic, like... Did your father teach you that? Is that the kind of magic he does, or you're in, like, how did this connection even happen?
I honestly don't know. I did not know that the connection existed until just a couple days ago. As far as I know, my father is a wizard, just like Locke. I don't believe that his power comes from any higher being.
Katerina's magic is not the same as mine. It doesn't... It comes natural.
But it is important that you all know that I believe that the goddess Hecate and I are irrevocably connected, and I don't believe that there's anything I can do about that. And I can't force you to live with it.
She hates all of us. If what I felt when I was in Godric's head means anything, she hates us all. She's in this for her own motivation. So she's the problem here, not you.
There's more about it that I didn't really get a chance to talk to you about, Katerina. We were going to discuss it, yes, but since everything is out now, there's a problem beyond your powers having a connection to Hecate. The powers themselves. You're not divine. It's not divine. It's not directly from her, but she connected you to dark magic, a part of the weave that's corrupted, that she can access. It's what she uses for her power. So she used her power to give you power, but it isn't like, it's not quite the same as like Nikolai's either, where anyway, it's complex, and I can discuss it further with you, but the point is, you're connected to a part of the weave directly that is corrupting and dangerous. And the more you use it, or the more you use it in certain ways, the more it will taint everything about you. And I think I don't see any way to change that.
If we're gonna change that, you You gotta find a specialist like Madame Ophelia. That's she knows this stuff like inside and out. It's what she does. I can arrange that for you, Katerina.
I don't want to worry you. The progression, obviously in your case, is quite slow. But essentially it is witchcraft, dark magic, evil magic. It has a lot of names, but the corruption is unstoppable, even if it is slow.
I reach into my pack and I pull out the black dragon orb and just hold it in front of me on the table, hands outstretched. Hey, guess we're putting everything on the table. I planned on stealing this from all of you. It was part of the reason I came with. I saw a dragon once, not too long ago. It flew out of the marsh near Tabin, and it was massive, far larger than the one we faced in the throne room. It was terrifying. And so when I found out during the council that you were looking for the dragon orbs, I thought maybe this is the way to save my city if that dragon ever came back. So my plan was to come with you, find it, and take it. But after getting to know all of you, I did what... Well, I did what Katerina couldn't, and I made a choice. And I chose to keep it here with you because I thought we would do the right thing. I don't know if I can... Something happened when I took the orb, though. I don't know if I can even get rid of it. And then I'm going to try to just take my hands off of it and stand up from the table. To leave it there.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you pick it up, you set it on the table, and you like take a step back. You don't really feel that much different than you did while you had it. You do kind of feel like you just want to pick it back up again, though. Like almost like you'd feel more comfortable just if like you were holding it, as opposed to just. And you start to get a little paranoid about like you look around, like can other people see this, or you know, there's some weirdness there, but it doesn't really feel like you're struggling.
Right. I start to nervously tap my foot as I'm looking at it. I look up at Katerina. When my mother died, my father remarried, and he married a cruel sorceress woman. And my opinion of sorcerers especially has always been pretty low. And then I met you, and you seemed kind, and you wanted to do the right thing. And I wanted to be your friend. I wanted to help you and to help these people. And now I see that you're no better than her. I'm going to give Trin directions to where I think that other keep is, and then I'm leaving. And I grab my pack and head upstairs.
He's wrong, Katerina. You are good. And the magic that's part of you was never your choice. You didn't get a choice, whether he believes it or not. And the choice you did make to save us all was the same one I was going to make to save us all. But something stronger got there first, so...
But If you're right, I'll either turn into some monster or I'll be useless to you all.
Well, I'm not a cleric or priest. My knowledge of the divine is limited. But Kate is opposed to Mitria, the goddess of magic. True magic, not dark magic. There may be answers among her clergy that may be able to help you. But for Hakate to give you this direct connection to the dark magic, it speaks of a sort of it's a greater gift than most could ever ask of a god, except for not really a gift, is it? But you know what I mean. It's more than I've ever heard of. It's like she has some sort of obsession with you, for good or ill. We can try and find a way around it. And proof that you are a good person, regardless of what Alaric might think, is that you will try, won't you?
Yes. I don't want to be a bad person.
You're not.
And keep fighting. You made the hard choice. So you are strong. You see this. And keep fighting. And when you need help, ask us. We will help. When you need it. We will be here for you. That I promise.
Trent slowly makes his way up towards Alaric's room.
All right. All right, so you go up to the room and it's kind of, the door's ajar, and you see inside that Alaric is gathering all of his things together, repacking everything, kind of cleaning up notes, maps, packing it all together. It's obvious he's been studying and trying to figure out where like he's been trying to figure out where the next tomb is. But yeah, as you kind of open the door and kind of come into the room, Alaric, you hear him coming and you're prepared anyways, so you just kind of turn to meet him.
Hey.
I step in and lazily close the door behind me, give us a modicum of privacy. So you're really planning on taking a walk, huh?
Yeah, it's just, I get that the hard choices have to be made, but you all just rolled right over it. She murdered somebody. A non-combatant, an innocent.
Oh, no, I understand. It's not exactly quite that simple from the sounds of things, but maybe even worse than murder.
maybe you just took a follower of a faith and dumped them somewhere they don't belong at the very least. Either way, I can't even bear the thought of looking at her again. I don't know. Here, before I started packing everything, I hand you a piece of paper. I wrote down directions in the Greyspire Mountains. You should be able to find it somewhere over here. If not, you'll be in Alaska, and there are plenty of guides there. And then, I don't know. I take this and I unbelt my dagger. You've seen me use it before, the one with the orange glow. She said her dad was lost in the Shadowfell at one point, so...
PB and Jellyman, thank you for joining. Welcome to the Hall of Legends, and you are legendary.
The dagger was... it was found in the Shadowfell, so if you ever find a way to get there, maybe the dagger will help. If she seems like she's actually turning around, then this could be my last gift to her.
So you would want to help her, even though she's worse than a murderer?
I mean, everybody deserves a shot at redemption, right? But this isn't me, man. You're going to Avernus. You're fighting against a goddess of dark magic. I wander around forests all day making sure people who get lost come home.
Whoa. I didn't go to no Avernus. I'm just trying to help them get back their memories. I'm about as out of my element as you are.
I don't know.
But, that being said, it kind of sounds like she was in a no-win situation. It's as if she didn't do what she did, she's still just leaving someone to rot in hell.
There's always another way. There's always an option. You always have a choice to make. Go down fighting with your honor intact. Talk to everybody. Find a way to get back. I don't know, but...
Well, we don't even know that he's dead. He may very well just be somewhere else. That doesn't mean she stopped fighting. She's confused and out of sorts. It's not like she picked a side and she's okay with what happened. You saw her down there. She was torn up. And it wasn't just because we found out her secret.
Right, but I also saw her vote the way she did against the Dragon Reasonableists. And I walked the streets. I watched them pulled out of their homes. Men, women, their children, as traitors being painted on their doors. I didn't sign up for that either. If there are hard choices to make, that's fine, but I'm not the one to make them.
So when going gets tough, the tough get going, huh?
Guess so.
I thought you were better than that, man.
Yeah, I thought she was better than that.
When I was in Godric's head, it was a similar situation, but I tried to open and I still failed. Tried to open the door to his memories and I still failed. And that thing, goddess or whatever she is, I refuse to get pushed around. So either you're a part of the action and you're there to help make the decisions, or you're gonna go home. And then you get no say. You just have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
If you stuck around, at least you'd have a friend to help keep her on the straight and narrow.
I mentioned it a little bit downstairs, but I was talking about my stepmother and her powers. They've got that same sort of feel that I see when Katerina uses hers. That sort of unbridled dark energy, and it's not just as simple as, oh, I have a jerk of a stepmother. She's, I don't know. I suspect she's been behind a lot of murders. My family doesn't even know where I am. I left. Nobody would listen to me, and she kept pushing him towards darker and darker decisions, all while saying things like, it's what we have to do, or there's no other choice. And I'm the only one that can save my city. That's what I thought the Dragon Orb was going to be for. But I can't sit here and ally myself with somebody that's so similar to someone who's already caused so much pain in my life. I won't do it, Trin.
It sounds like you're putting an awful lot on her that she's not necessarily guilty of. And if this woman is being that evil voice that's pushing your city down, maybe you should be the good voice to Katerina. I'm just saying it's a burden, but so is trying to save your people, right? And if you're here, maybe we can unlock the secrets of the Dragon Orbs.
Well, you made one point. You know, if I'm the only good voice, then maybe I should be speaking it. Maybe I should go home and free my city. I spent a long time training with the elves and their druids, learning the ways of the land, and she's on a dangerous path. Remember that legion we fought? That's dark, corrupting magic, and it's the same kind of magic that Katerina has. At the end of the day, she's going to sap life from everything. Whether she wants to or not, she's already started giving in.
If you feel so strong, I pick up the blade, and I step forward, and I'm like, if you really want to make your voice heard, and you feel so strongly, and she's doomed, do something about it. And I push the blade back in your hand.
So, yeah, I'll just go down there and do exactly what she did and kill another member of the team, huh?
Hey, if she's doomed to numerous murders and driving down the fate of whole cities,
well, then maybe someday she will find an arrow in her back. But right now, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home and stop my stepmother and free my city the best I can, and you just keep an eye on her. All the best intentions start here, right? She wants to do good, and slowly but surely she gets more and more corrupted, makes more and more compromises. This is Hecate. We're talking death. We're talking undeath. Yeah. I've never met a lich, but I've heard plenty of stories of these powerful mages all hoping to, change the world for good. Even the Blood Elves, they have an entire story based on their use of magic and making compromises. And look at them now; they're a thing of the past. They're dead.
Listen,
look, man. I know it's your job to convince people. I know this is something you're really good at. My mind is made up. We're done here, man.
If Takesis comes back, your city won't stand a chance. And everything you go to do once you walk out that door will be a waste of time. That's why I'm here.
She's already back. I don't know.
Yeah, and secrets. Whatever that bitch, as I point towards the sky, whatever that bitch was trying to keep me from, could very well be the key to solving it, to figuring it out. Yes, Hecate is this goddess, but Katerina is just a girl. No one says that this is her nature. She's attached to this magic in some way, but magic is strange. It has different ways of functioning. Connections are made, connections are broken. on a regular basis. We don't know what we don't know. You should at least stick around till we get an idea. If we can't, like, maybe sever this connection. I don't know what Madame Ophelia could do, but she knows all about this stuff. She's the expert.
Yeah. Who is she? Didn't you say that she threatened to kill you or something?
When I was in Godric's mind, the being that put the barrier to his memories, the thing that doesn't want us to find out, that hates us, that's the she. And it was a no-win. And even if I unlock the memories, I don't know what the fallout's going to be, but I know that there's a reason that she wants it blocked off, and it's not compassion.
You're right. It's not. It's probably something dark and nefarious. And it's a deal that Katerina made. I'm sorry. I've lost... I sit down on the edge of my bed. I think I've just lost faith in this, man. This is... It's too much. I'm sorry. I'm going to finish packing my stuff. If you need more detailed directions, you come find me.
I step towards the door and I lean over and I snatch up all the paperwork. For all of our sakes, I hope you're wrong. As I step out and I close the door.
Me too. Me too.
All right. So as you kind of close the door and head out into the hallway back towards the common area in the kitchen, you see very much everybody's still there. Godric, Locke, and Katerina are both kind of just in the room. They're sitting kind of separated, and it doesn't seem like they're in any kind of intense conversation or anything, Trin, but they're both there. Katerina looks very very down in the dumps and conflicted. She's had a hard day, it's obvious. You can see the weariness in her shoulders, the way she carries herself. Her head is hanging low. Meanwhile, Locke acts like he doesn't give a shit. I'm just kidding. He's a robot. He does robot stuff. Alright.
Well, it's time to refocus our attention to getting something done. As I step forward and I slap the paperwork on the table. This is an important mission, and Katerina, I think you might just be the key to figuring this out. We need to focus 100% on figuring out these orbs, so we at least have the power to stand up for ourselves, whatever the case may be. And hopefully along the way we can figure out how to unlock those memories, because I'm sure there's more there.
It almost killed you last time, so we should be careful. But either way, we should decide what our next course of action is.
Well, I think that Locke and Ulrich were on the right path as far as like going and figuring out, finding some more of these tombs. You find old secrets in long forgotten places like that.
But the question is, what do we do with the orbs? As I reach over and kind of grab the black orb and hand it over to Locke to put in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, I hold the bag open while you're grasping it.
And drop it in. And what do we do with them? Do we take them to Ilatir? Do we take them... We need someone smart enough to look at them. Nothing against you, Locke. Smart people who are doing it and have time.
Well, not everyone can know everything. Yeah, I think it's not a bad plan.
Well, maybe we just take one of them and we stash the rest. It's pretty dangerous walking around with all of them in one spot.
We could spread them out, but then if we need them, we have to get them again.
I think these tombs might be the way to go. We can make some stops along the way and see what different folks may know. But what different folks may know along the way, and then that will buy me some time to get a hold of Madame Ophelia. Maybe make some progress with this whole memory thing.
19, by the way, just to clarify.
Godric, are you okay?
You see me holding the orb above the bag, having dropped it yet?
Oh, shit.
Let
Kind of
go.
examining it a bit. Fuck you. As I drop it in the bag.
Nice.
Tired of things touching my head. Ah.
Let's put a pin in that.
I would recommend no one touch that. Wow.
You got
Okay.
you got enough wrong. You don't need that up there.
Seconded. Holy shit.
But Locke, it seems like we have a pretty good plan.
I think yes. Yeah, I think so. I think taking the orbs to the elves, and we need to know more, and they would be the ones to know. In the meantime, we can track down these tombs and see if there's anything useful in them.
So we're agreed. So everyone should get ready, pack up tonight. It's been quite the morning, and we'll leave.
Two
maybe
things.
tomorrow morning.
One, we need to talk to the queen. We did say we do
Yeah.
that. Two, I kind of am having a weapon reforged. I'm having
Oh.
Gwendolyn touched up.
And are you in such a hurry to leave this lovely house?
Me? Why am I in a hurry to leave the house?
You shouldn't be. It's very comfortable here.
Comfort doesn't accomplish anything. Not to mention, I can make myself pretty comfortable on the road. People just like me, so it's not that bad. Also, I've been trusted with a sacred obligation, and I just gotta hold that up, and part of that means leaving.
Well,
You guys are my sacred obligation. I don't know if you caught on to that. You're my sacred obligation.
All right. Well, so we have a plan then.
Yeah, let's spend some time today, flag down make an appointment with the queen, and then go from there.
And Katerina, when you feel up to it, we'd like to have a private discussion. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't
Sure.
have to be soon, just whenever you feel up to it.
Of course, that's fine.
Gadger kind of nods.
Well, I'm finally starting to feel better, so I think I'm gonna go clean up a little bit more. Maybe visit some carts, get some more snacks. That bread wasn't all that filling, and so I sidestep and move around the table, and I walk over by where Katerina is, and I lean over the back of her chair, and I kind of like hug her shoulders like really lightly, and I whisper in her ear so only she can hear. For what it's worth, I forgive you. And I step away from the table and go upstairs.
I thought you were legitimately going to whisper to her and say nobody goes against the family.
Snap for that! Ah! Nothing like a little murder.
you broke my heart, Katerina. You broke my heart.
Damn it, Katerina.
All right. So as you guys
I
are
thought
kind
it
of
was
having this
really-
touching moment, Alric comes to the top of the landing at the top of the stairs and kind of heads down the stairs towards the front door. And he puts his hand on the knob and begins to turn it and opens it just barely so. And kind of has a moment of hesitation.
While he's walking out the door, I want to use a sorcery point so that I can cast a message without any verbal or somatic components.
Can do.
And I want to say to him, I'm going to try to be the person that you thought I was.
You can respond.
I don't think you can. And then I walk out the door.
And then you hear him slowly heading down the steps towards the street where the footsteps are lost in the crowd of carts, horses, and people going about their daily lives. Until next Friday.
Brutal! Freaking brutal!